Hi everybody, welcome back to FRAG-MENTAL. It's that time again. In this video, I'm showing you my massive summer fragrance haul. So, sit back, relax, grab a coffee and enjoy. Stay tuned to FM. Cheers. Every now and then I like to do these more informal, conversational videos, and I just think having a coffee on a Sunday morning, relaxing, is just the perfect time to do it. If you're watching this video and it isn't Sunday, turn off now. No, only joking. You've obviously not hit the notification bell, so why don't you go ahead and do that, and then the next Sunday morning coffee video you can watch as soon as it's uploaded. So I'm going to get on with showing you a few bits and pieces. I've got quite a lot to get through, so I don't want to spend too long on each item that I'm going to show you. By the way, drinking my usual homemade flat white, 1 shot of espresso from an espresso coffee machine, and 3/4 of a cup full of warm milk, so microwave for 40 seconds, as simple as that. Beautiful homemade flat white. In fact, it's nicer than you get in some coffee shops. So that's what I'm drinking. First thing I want to show you is I got my April edition of my secret scent box. This is a nifty little box that just pops through your letterbox each month. The idea is you don't know what's inside, so you end up trying things that you wouldn't perhaps think about trying, things that maybe weren't on your radar, but I think that's a great way to discover fragrances and fragrances that you really like. Some you're not going to like, some aren't going to work off your skin, but it's just an ideal way to find out what does. So in the box, the April edition, you get your 3 fragrances, just small sizes, they'll get you through a month. And in this month's, in the April edition, I've got Paco Rabanne Ultraviolet Man, Calvin Klein Obsessed Intense, and FC UK 3 for him. I've been wearing these for the last few days. Oh, you also get these cool little cards for each fragrance, which tell you a little bit about the fragrance and the notes in the fragrance as well. So really handy. And FC UK 3 for him. This was probably on first application my least favourite in the box because FC UK just isn't a brand on my radar. I had a French Connection fragrance when I was about 15, I think, and it was alright. It was just a cheap fragrance for a teenager. And I put this on and it was quite fruity and, you know, very pleasant, but I just didn't think it was doing anything too special, and I wasn't really aware that I was getting strong wafts of it, so I thought it wasn't really performing that well. And then I went to work and I immediately got a compliment. So there you go, fragrances that sometimes you think maybe off your skin aren't doing that well. To others, the sillage and the projection can be working really well. So I wouldn't have had the opportunity to discover that had I not got that in the secret scent box. Calvin Klein Obsessed Intense, I think this is a new fragrance for 2018. This is quite a dark fragrance along the similar lines as Spice Bomb Extreme. It's a little bit harsher, a little bit sharper than that one. Really enjoyed wearing this. It's an eau de parfum concentration. Spice Bomb Extreme I do prefer because that was a bit sweeter and a bit smoother, but I'm glad I've got this one. I think I'll probably hang on to this now until cooler weather, either cooler summer days or when we start getting into the fall and winter. And the third one in the box was Paco Rabanne Ultraviolet Man. Hadn't tried this one before, didn't really know what to expect. I really enjoyed it. Very, very pleasant scent. Quite sweet, reminds me of those violet sweets that you used to get. I'm not sure if you got them in the US, but in the UK they were just in like a small rolled up cellophane packet, and there were those purple violet tasting sweets. I don't know if violet is actually a note in this one. Let's take a look. Yeah, strangely enough, violet isn't a note. Maybe I'm being swayed on my perception of this because of the name of the fragrance having the word violet in there, but I'm pretty sure I get some violet in there. A very pleasant fragrance, and possibly a full bottle buy at some point in the future, especially if I see a good deal on it. So that's my secret scent box. The next thing I've got is, this is a gorgeous fragrance, and if you've been following my Instagram which you should actually, because I do put exclusive content on my Instagram that I don't put on YouTube. So really worth, if you want to get the value out of my content and my channel, worth following my Instagram as well. I try and post some sexy pictures of fragrance bottles every day for my scent of the day, and I put some fun little videos on there as well. So I picked up recently on a trip to the Alps at the airport, and I was very surprised to see the Maison Margiela replica stand at the airport. In fact, a friend of mine who helped me film my video for By the Fireplace, he came through duty free after me and he said, "Chris, did you see the stand that's cloning fragrances? They're called replicas. You should go and take a look." I said, "No, replica, great." Well, I didn't realise replica was in the duty free, and I said, "No, it's not clones. They're actually high quality original fragrances." I'd recently just purchased By the Fireplace from the website feelunique.com, which I'll talk a little bit about in a little while. Great website, some good prices. So I went back to the replica stand in the airport, and it's one of the best sales stands for a fragrance that I've come across. Apparently the sales assistant told me it was the only one in any UK airport, in Manchester Airport. So I thought I couldn't pass up an opportunity. So already I'm thinking her sales pitch was working. It was very subtle, but she was a great SA, really friendly, not pushy at all. Really excited to be there, really passionate. I spoke to the Tom Ford SA there, and she wasn't as interested in me. But the SA of the replica stand, really bright, really bubbly, and really enjoyable to talk to, and I really enjoy that. So the sales stand for the replica line was, it was set up in such a way that you had every one of their fragrances in a line, and then you had tester strips, so you could spray the tester strips from the bottle if you wanted to get the opening on paper. But sometimes to buy an expensive fragrance just off the opening alone is sometimes a bit of a risk. So, and I'm sure other sales stands do this as well, but it's the first time I've seen it. What the replica stand had was, it was a metal, almost like a weighted metal handle, and you lifted it out of its little slot, and then on the underside, I can best describe it as being like a synthetic skin. So the fragrances had been sprayed onto it, and I think this material was designed to absorb the fragrance in a similar way that skin would. But what it allowed you to do was experience the dry down of the fragrance. So you could get the opening and you could get the dry down. And I just thought it was a great way to sell a fragrance. I was really impressed. And I was already thinking, okay, I'm even closer to buying here. And then I looked at the prices, and they were £75 per bottle. Now I think these are £100 or more usually if you buy them from even discounter websites. I paid about £100 for the By the Fireplace, and I even found a discount code for Feel Unique for that one. So these were £75. So okay, I'm thinking I'm definitely buying one of these. I'm definitely going to choose one. And then the SA said to me, "Oh, and today you can get £5 off with this special voucher." So I thought that sealed the deal for me. So I'd been looking at Jazz Club for a little while. So I smelled it, I tested the opening, tested the dry down. Beautiful scent. And I will say about this one that if you look at the notes in this, you would think it's a dark winter fragrance. So you would think it's got leather, rum in there. I think it's got tobacco in there as well. So you would think, yeah, definite winter fragrance or fall fragrance. But actually, it's quite a light fragrance. This one would really work well in the summer, absolutely, even as a summer day scent on warm days. It's got a similar vibe. It's not exactly the same smell, but it's got a similar vibe to Creed's Virgin Island Water. So that is quite a thicker, almost juicy summer fragrance. So it's not a really light, thin, citrusy summer-based fragrance, Virgin Island Water. It's definitely a thicker summer fragrance, and this is along the same lines as that. This is a thicker summer fragrance, but it's light and airy enough to really get away with wearing this one in the summertime. It's also got a little bit of a coconutty vibe going on that I get from virgin island water. Not as strong, not as much in the coconut, and coconut isn't a note, that's just something that I get from this. So I was very pleased with that pickup from Manchester Airport. So I ended up going away with 2 bottles of replica because I took the By the Fireplace to make the video of as well. Okay. Now, made some purchases from allbeauty.com, which is a great website, a great discounter website. You get some fantastic deals. I'm going to whiz through these because I'm already rambling on too much. First one that I was really interested in getting was the Lamal Eau Fraiche. I got the Superman version. I'm a Superman fanboy. I love the movies, Christopher Reeve all the way. And so instead of going for the Popeye bottle or the current bottle, I picked this one up, got it for about £30 for a 75ml, and it's quite a nice shiny bottle. So I love Lamal. That was on my spring list, and I will wear Lamal through the summer, but I thought a nice summer fragrance would be to have one of the flankers, which is the Eau Fraiche. And this one, I recently saw a Rogues 08 video, and he described this one perfectly. He said it's a top heavy fragrance, and it absolutely is. You get a really sweet bubblegummy opening with that definite Lamal DNA, and then for me it kind of fizzled out quite quickly, this one. So 2 to 3 hours, really nice fragrance. After that, I think people may struggle to smell it on you, although you never know. Sometimes what you're getting to your nose off your skin is different from what other people are getting, just because you're getting used to smelling it. But definitely not as strong a performer as Lamal, but glad to have it in my collection. I think I will definitely enjoy wearing that one this summer. Another one I wanted to get for the summer is Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. This is the Eau Intense Pour On, so I believe this is Eau de Parfum concentration. And I was really interested to try this one. I love the D&G fragrances. And this is a lovely bright citrus fragrance. I haven't really worn this, so I will, let me just give it a quick little spray just to tell you what I think of the opening. Looking forward to wearing this on holiday and on summery days. Very light fragrance. Aquatic, citrusy, bright, fresh, airy, very pleasant, really nice. Like the opening of that, so I'm looking forward to wearing that one more through the summer, and I will possibly do reviews on all these fragrances that I haven't yet reviewed. Floris, number 89. I really wanted to build up the classic gentleman's old school colognes in my collection. I've been watching quite a lot of Mr. Smelly videos, and it was actually a Lanier Smith video that I really enjoyed that turned me onto this one. And I just love the idea of these fragrances, the DNA of these fragrances that have been around for many, many years, 50s, 60s, even earlier. And I just like the idea of it being a classic barbershop type, fresh, gentlemanly scent, old school gentlemanly scent. I think these fragrances can get accused of being a bit old-fashioned, a bit grandad smelling, but although that is a way you could perhaps describe them, they are old school, but sometimes old school is good. So Floris 89, I've worn that a little bit, really been enjoying it, and I probably will do a review on that one. Now we're into my Feel Unique purchases. This is my blue purchases, okay? So we're gonna start with the Aqua di Parma. First one from Aqua di Parma, it's Fico di Amalfi. I've seen a lot of buzz about this one, so I was really interested in trying it. I love fig as a note in fragrances, so I thought I would pick this one up. And let's just have a little spray. I've not worn this one yet, so excited to smell it. Wow, so fresh, and yeah, just whisks you away to the Mediterranean. Absolutely. Italy, sitting in the morning on the terrace of your villa overlooking the coastline, having breakfast, maybe some yogurt with some figs in, yeah, and a cup of coffee, of course. So I always let my coffee go cold and not drink it, so I'm going to make sure I finish this one by the end of the video. Here we go. Fico di Amalfi, loving the opening of that one. Very, very excited to wear that through the summer. My second from the Aqua di Parma Blue Mediterraneo line is Mirto de Panarea. Again, I was turned on to this by watching an excellent Lanier Smith video. Really love the way he talks about fragrances. This has got lots of interesting notes in. Basil is one of the notes in this one, which I haven't really smelled in a lot of fragrances. Yeah, and juniper. You really get the juniper in this one as well. Little bit gin and tonic-y, nice and fresh. I love gin and tonic as a refreshing drink, so to have that juniper in a fragrance is a nice touch. Fresh, very, very pleasant. Not quite as sweet because you've not got that sweeter fig note in there, but not worn this one yet. Again, looking forward to wearing that through the summer. My last purchase, and I've gone Tom Ford on this one. So this is from the Private Blend. I was in a shop, a department store in York, and I smelled the Mandarino di Amalfi, the eau de parfum version, and really, really liked it. I thought it was a lovely deviation from the Neroli Portofino DNA. Fresh and bright, and I loved that mandarin note. So I went online to have a look if there were any discounted, and I found I couldn't find the Mandarino di Amalfi Eau de Parfum discounted, but I did find the Aqua version discounted. I think I got this using a discount code on Feel Unique. I think got this for about £60. So for 50ml of a Tom Ford Private Blend. It is Eau de Toilette, so it is a little bit cheaper I think anyway, but still beautiful bottle and a gorgeous scent. Oh yeah, that mandarin is just so bright and refreshing. It would work exceptionally well as a summer day scent or an evening scent. I don't think it'll last amazingly long on the skin, but if you're just wearing it for 2 or 3 hours for maybe a summer's evening meal out in a nice restaurant, that would be perfect. Anything else? Yeah, I want to talk about a couple of videos that I've really enjoyed watching this week on YouTube. I watched yesterday, I watched Nigel's video at 2 cents worth. So Nigel is a fellow UK channel. I'm really enjoying what Nigel's doing with his channel. He's gradually building up his subscribers. He's a very honest reviewer. I love his sense of humour. I'm just going to move these just over here. So Nigel put out a video about a fragrance from a discount supermarket store we have here in Europe called Lidl, and he found a fragrance that was practically, I think, a clone of Aqua di Gio for £4.99. I wasn't aware of this fragrance line, so I was really interested to learn that. So thanks Nigel for that really informative video. If you've not checked out 2 cents worth, it's got a lovely relaxed vibe about his videos and a quirky sense of humour. I'll leave a link to his channel down below. The other channel that I love is Mr. Sillage's channel. He released a video review on a fragrance that's very personal to him, and it was Joe Malone Myrrh and Tonka, and he had a different vibe to this video. It was a very heartfelt video. You could tell he was getting very emotional talking about it. And if you want to get an idea of how fragrances can stir emotions, watch that video, because it just perfectly highlights how powerful smell and scent is to us. And I just think that's magical, that a fragrance for, I mean, what would you spend on a fragrance? Maybe £50, £100, £150 to evoke that kind of emotion. It's a pretty special thing. So watch Mr. Sillage's video. Again, I'll leave a link to his channel down below. So that's about it from me. I just want to remind you about a company that I really love. If you're looking to get splits of fragrances, there's a company that does that perfectly. They're called Fragrance Split. You can go and have a look at their website. I'll leave a link down below. They do 8ml and 2ml decants of some of the best niche and designer fragrances out there, and you can get 20% off your first order with them if you use my discount code FM20. Just before I go, I've got one more bit of great news to share with you. This week I entered a competition to win a Ferrari, and guess what? I won! They offered me the choice of red or white. Obviously I chose white. Red's a bit last year, not really that fashionable for Ferraris anymore. So they sent it to me, and they even let me personalise the side of it. What a beauty. Oh, finished the coffee. So I like this to be a coffee and chat video. Obviously you can't chat with me as I'm filming this, so leave some comments down below and we can get the chat going there, that'd be great. Also, give the video a like if you haven't done so already. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so next time I upload a Sunday coffee chat video, you can watch it on a Sunday. Until next time, keep tuning into FM and keep smelling good.